Aloha! Welcome to Tiki Pizza. We got a great episode today. Mookie and I are going to make some New York style pizza. This is part number 2 of a 3-part series where I try to master New York pizza at home. So check it out. Alright, so today I'm making New York style pizza using 00 pizza flour and semolina flour. The ratio is a little less than 4-to-1 in favor of the 00 pizza flour. The semolina is going to give it a little extra crunch. And I've done this pizza before, and so far it's the best New York style pizza I can get from making at home. Now, I should mention that I did get this dough recipe from Vito lacopelli, and that's the video there, making New York style pizza at home like a pro. He has a fantastic channel, pizza making channel, and according to in this video, he talks about his grandmother opened the first New York style pizzeria in Chicago, and this is the recipe that his grandmother used in that New York pizzeria in Chicago. So go check out Vito lacopelli. He is a true craftsman when it comes to making pizza. So I'm just going to start with measuring off the 00 flour. We're going to go for 320 grams of 00 flour. And what is 00 flour, you ask? It's also known as Doppio Zero or Type 00, and it's a finely ground Italian flour often used in making pizza and pastas. I got this 00 flour at the Great Canadian Superstore, or the Real Canadian Superstore, and you can also get it on Amazon. So still going for the 320 grams of 00 flour. It's important to weigh the flour, like especially with flour, because it can get compressed in the cup and the weights can vary dramatically if you're not weighing the actual flour. A little bit over. There we go. 320 grams. Okay, we'll just put the 00 flour off to the side for a second. Next up, we're going to do the water. We're going to do 250 milliliters. Now I'm going to keep it easy and measure it in grams. And 250 milliliters is actually 250 grams when you're dealing with water. And then the measurement of the water is also important because it contributes to the hydration rate of the pizza dough. And that's just the percentage of water with flour. And of course, New York pizza is usually between 60 and 67% hydration rate. 67 is a little bit on the high side because that's kind of what they give you for home New York pizza. So it's like they overcompensate because of you can't use the high enough heat, and the theory is that you're going to need a higher hydration rate for the pizza to rise at a lower heat. I don't know about that. I haven't been making New York pizza at home that long, But this is part of my journey into finding the perfect New York style pizza. So again, that was 250 grams or milliliters of water. Now I'm going to do the semolina flour. And as I said, it's a little less than a 4-to-1 ratio on the 00 flour to semolina. So we're just going to do 90 grams of the semolina. And then I'm going to use the semolina on the bottom when I roll out the dough too. And according to Vito, this adds a nice crunchiness to the pizza crust. And again, like measuring the flour is very, very important. So yeah, that's about 90 grams. Take a little bit out. Oh, a little bit back in. Yeah, there we go, 90. And again, the weighing of the flour is very important to maintain the accuracy, and then you'll get the hydration rate that you're shooting for. All right, so that's the semolina. And then I think we're just gonna measure off some salt. All right, we're just going for around 12 grams of salt. And then the other important thing is it's important in the order I combine all these ingredients once we get it all measured off here. So yeah, 12 grams of salt. So a little bit about New York pizza itself. The first pizzeria in New York was Lombardi's, opening in 1905. So the Italian immigrants, particularly from Naples, brought pizza to New York City in the late 19th century. Gennaro Lombardi, a grocer from Naples, is credited for opening the first pizzeria in America, Lombardi's. And this was again in 1905 in New York City's Little Italy. Lombardi's initially sold whole pizzas, but due to the affordability constraints of many immigrants, he started selling individual slices. And then Lombardi's used coal fire masonry ovens originally designed for bread making to cook the pizzas. The New York slice, a large foldable slice with a crispy, slightly charred crust, became popular due to the affordability and practicality for busy New Yorkers. The coal fire ovens could reach high temperatures and contributed to the unique flavor and texture of the New York style pizza. There's also a theory that the minerals in the New York City water contribute to the flavor. Again, don't know much about that, but it does make sense. And I believe the same theory goes for pizza in Naples as well. They have a lot of minerals in their water. And that was 30 grams of oil, and now we're going for the yeast. The oil will contribute to the browning of the crust and a little bit of the crispiness as well. So we're just going for 10 grams of yeast, and I got the dry active yeast there. There we go, 10 grams. And then we got 10 grams of honey as well. I'm not going to measure off the honey because there's no point, because I'll put it in the container and then half of it will stick in the container, and I won't get an accurate measurement anyway. So, but if you really want to measure it, 10 grams of honey is 1.4 tablespoons, or 2.8 teaspoons. So you could just put it in the a measuring tablespoon per se, and then just most of the honey in. So I'm just combining the ingredients, and again, it's important the order. So we got water, oil, and then the yeast, and then we're going to mix up the yeast a little bit with the water and the oil. Vito didn't really specify the water temperature. I'm just doing like a warm room temperature water. Generally for yeast, the optimal temperature is between 100 and 115. You don't want to go higher than 115 degrees or you'll kill the yeast. We're just going to give that a good mix up. And then next up, we're going to do the 00 flour. We'll give everything a chance to incorporate. And again, that 00 flour is synonymous with pizza making, especially Neapolitan pizza, the original pizza. Fun fact, the Margherita pizza was named after Queen Margherita in Naples. This is because the Margherita pizza has the tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella, which are the colors of the Italian flag. So we're just gonna kind of incorporate these 4 ingredients. Now we're gonna do the salt, and just be careful. The salt could kill the yeast. I probably would have sprinkled it in a little bit more sparingly than I did here. Spoiler alert, my dough rose just fine. And I just did the 10 grams of honey. And again, if you wanted to measure the honey, I would just use like a measuring spoon. And we're going to mix that up. And you want to incorporate everything before you add the semolina. Okay, there's the semolina, and again, that's 90 grams of semolina. So we're going to get that all mixed together, and then we're going to get it on the board, and I'm going to knead it for 15 minutes, because that's how long Vito needs his dough for the New York style pizza. Alright, so I had my timer on, and that's 15 minutes of kneading. It's a good workout if you're as out of shape as I am. So now we're just going to let the dough rest. This is called the bulk fermentation process. And then we're just going to let it I'm going to actually cover it up. You can put a little bit of oil on it while it's covered as well. Helped it from not drying out. So yeah, we're just gonna let it rest for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna break it into 3 balls, and then we're gonna let it rest some more at room temperature, and then it's gonna go in the fridge overnight for 24 hours. So I will see you in 2 hours. All right, so after we've let the dough rest, we're gonna break the dough into balls of 220 grams. You should get 3 220 gram balls, and then we're gonna wrap these balls in saran wrap, and then we're gonna let it sit at room temperature for another 3 to 5 hours, and then we're gonna and again, these are completely wrapped in or covered. And then we're going to move it to the fridge for 24 hours. And according to Vito, this is going to have more fermentation, and this is going to make the crust more fragrant and light. So I'm just going to measure the other 2 balls and get them all wrapped up in saran wrap.
life is hard. That's just the way it goes. But sometimes it goes the other way.